Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is Heart DFS. For those of you that are new, welcome. I make daily NBA prize pick videos as well as daily NBA slate breakdowns for DraftKings. So welcome to the channel. Please leave a like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Do appreciate your guys' support. And today, or I guess last night, was a fantastic day. First off, prize picks, we went 3 out of 4, very solid there. Been hitting, I think, 60+% or more the past week in those prize pick plays. 3 out of 4. Fortunately, Tatum had his worst night of the playoffs. He shot 3 of 14. He had 9 points at half, only got one more point in the second half. So a little unfortunate, but 3 out of 4 solid. And then we were sweating the takedown, guys. We were sweating the takedown for the whole fourth quarter. We were in first until the third, 3 minutes left. And unfortunately, we split second with 3 other people. But, I can't complain. And it's not even about the money, but before I get into that, make sure to follow me on Twitter, HeartDFS. I put up my extra prize pick plays, DFS cores, all that good stuff. So follow me here. And yeah, before I get into that, I just want to say, I put up my core plays in this video at the end. So if you don't watch the whole video, I would suggest you do it. I know it's long, 22 minutes. So don't be afraid to throw it on 1.5 times speed or 1.75. I know it takes some time to get used to it, but it cuts the video almost in half. If you put it that fast, you're able to get through it. Do other stuff while you're listening. But yeah, I had my core right there: Horford, Lowry, Tatum, and Bam. That's what I am going with. And yeah, we took second place. Now I know, it's only $50. It's not about the money. Unfortunately, I was working out the gym. I was getting groceries, and I totally forgot I didn't reserve my spot in the big tournament. And so I had to, throw it in something. Was able to get into a single entry, $1 tournament right before the slate started, like a minute or two. So obviously didn't win a ton of money, but $1 to $50, that's 50 times your money, 50 times return. And it's not even about the money. It's just the fact that my analysis was spot on last night. So I'm going to give myself a pat on the back. But yeah, it was spot on. And even better about the money is that, or I guess what's even better about the $50 is nothing, is that the fact that I hopefully helped some of you cash if you either watch my video or just listen to me kind of just talk about how really expected Bam to bounce back, really liked Horford, even talked about I think PJ Tucker a little bit, how I liked him just because of probably low ownership because he was coming off of injury. People were probably scared to get to him, but yeah. And Kyle Lowry, same thing with him. Obviously Jimmy getting ruled out after halftime helped a little bit. But, if Tatum would have scored well, I would have easily taken first. But yeah, I finished second place, 6 points behind first place. This is the first place lineup. As you can see, he had Jaylen Brown and then Hero and Williams. And then I had Horford, Tatum, Bam, Smart, Lowry, and Tucker. But yeah, it was just fantastic seeing the fact that my analysis was pretty spot on last night, and it led to me, getting 50 times return on my money. But what I'm hoping is even better than that is being able to help you guys cash, being able to, give you guys that analysis, kind of the breakdown of how I see the game playing out, and it played out exactly like how I saw. And yeah, we got a little bit lucky, but also we got a little bit unlucky with the Tatum thing. So yeah, really worked out. Fantastic last night, just in terms of, hopefully my analysis helped you guys win some money. Don't care about my $50. It's nothing really. I tried looking to see what my 254 would have got me in the big tournament. I can't seem to find the results, so I'll let you guys know in a few days. But yeah, out of 891 people, I got second place. Hopefully my analysis helped you guys cash. That's all I truly care about. And let's get into today's Showdown Slate. So definitely make sure to follow me on Twitter, HeartDFS. I did put up the where is it? I think I retweeted, but I also put up the eyeballs about how Eric Spoelstra said before the game that they need to get Bam more involved. And as you guys saw, he got 12 points in the first quarter, and they were really force feeding him. So that worked out there. I talked about in my videos how I really expected Bam to bounce back. A big game for Horford. So it was a fantastic night. Hopefully I helped you guys cash. That's all I truly care about. So yeah, if you did, let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. Shoot me a DM, say that, showing a picture or just, anything really. But yeah, let's get into today's Showdown Slate. Obviously, it's kind of the same thing with these two teams as the two teams last night. But Luka is even more just pretty much the whole team on the Mavericks side. The Warriors, a few guys can get you there, but Luka is pretty much the main captain, the most optimal on the Mavs side. You could get away with getting a guy like Brunson in there, as we saw last game, 48 fantasy points, 31 points, 7-5. I don't expect him to shoot that well this game. He did get some foul calls, but 31 points. He's a good player. I really like him. He's probably going to get close to the max by some team after the season if the Mavs don't match it. But yeah, I don't mind getting to him. There is room for him to have a good game. As you can see, 37.5, 48, almost 49. It's just, if Luka's doing really well, it does open up some opportunities for guys like Brunson, DFS, or is he? Bullock, but it's just so super hard trying to put, any of the Mavs players into captain besides Luka, just because the odds of them, having a great game and Luka not having a great game is just very, very low. So I prefer to get to some of those Warriors guys in the captain spot. So let's see. But obviously, I think Luka, you're gonna have to have him in your utility spot. So we'll just throw him in there for now. It was scary fading Steph last game. It obviously didn't work out. It's just one of those. If you fade them, you're going to have to load up on guys like Poole and Clay and hope they have a good game. But as of right now, it just kind of seems like the offense is only going through Steph. Clay is kind of just, not doing much. Poole's coming off the bench and doing a little bit, but not having those huge games that you really need. But I don't mind taking a shot on a guy like Clay. It's not a situation with Bam where Clay's just been, dreadful and horrible. As you can see, 15 points, 5-4. It's not bad. Or 4-5, I should say. Before that 15, 5-4. But there was a path for him to have a great game. As you see, the last game versus Memphis, 38, 2-3. 3 blocks really helped him out, helped him get 6 extra points. But 40 plus fantasy points from Clay in the captain spot is going to lead you to a pretty good lineup. So I don't mind taking a shot on Clay today. Hoping for a bounce back spot. Brunson, I mentioned, is the only guy on the Mavs that I would throw in the captain spot as one of those secondary plays. Otherwise, if you want to go to captain on the Mavs side, it would definitely be Luka. Wiggins, questionable. I bet he plays. You could definitely get away with Wiggins in the captain spot. As you can see, he's had some really solid games, 3 games in a row. I've talked about how they're going to force feed him the ball just because he's kind of a matchup issue for the Mavs. And he's able to take advantage of guys like Luka switching off on him. Obviously, he's kind of limited in terms of his ceiling. Kind of seems like he's stuck in this 40 or below fantasy point range. But let's say he's scoring the ball really, really well. He could easily get you into the 40s. It just depends. I just don't see how that's going to happen with Clay, Steph, and Jordan Poole out there. They're still going to command most of the shots. So if you want to go Wiggins, I don't mind it, but I'd rather I'd rather throw Clay in there. Who else? Draymond Green is also a sneaky one. The dude sucks. I hate him. He's just so bad. All he does is complain. But as you can see, there are those games where he could get you, 40 plus fantasy points if he's, making some baskets, getting some rebounds, blocks some steals. So there was a chance. It's very, very risky. I don't think I'm going to do it. That dude's, he makes me so mad. But I have to mention him just because of, my analysis. There was a chance that you could throw him in the captain. He can get you 40 plus fantasy points and do well there. Who else? Kevon Looney, back-to-back fantastic games. I think he was the most optimal captain in the last game. 21 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 49 fantasy points. Playoff career high, and I think a career high for points. Now that he's 7,200, I think I'm going to take a hard stance and fade him. I just don't see how he's going to get anywhere close to this. The rebounds, he'll have a good opportunity to get a lot of rebounds, but it's just the points. Getting a career high, a playoff career high, letting Looney tear him up down low. I just think they're going to fix that. He's probably going to come down to, maybe a game like this, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Don't expect the assists or the blocks from him. He can get you a couple, but I kind of just expect, maybe 25 fantasy points or less in this spot. I don't expect 2 back-to-back amazing games from Looney. So it's 7,200. That's way too expensive for him. I would, do a hard fade on him. And if we get burned, oh well, but that's my stance. I just don't think I can get to a $7,200 loony. It's wild. DFS 6,600. Him and Bullock are pretty much the same play. DFS is a little bit more expensive by 200, but they're both guys who are going to pretty much play the whole game. It just comes down to if they're hitting their shots, if they're rebounding and getting used to some of those peripherals. If they are, they'll be solid. I don't think you can throw them in a captain spot, but definitely utility role players. They haven't been doing well this past 4 or 5 games, but I don't mind getting into them. Still would rather take a shot on Poole. He got pretty close last game. 23 points, 5 assists, a rebound, 2 steals, and only 7 of 10 shooting. So he's not shooting the ball a ton the past 2 games. His normal range is probably closer to 15, but he's also a guy you can definitely take a shot on in the captain spot. I have the past 2 times. I think I might go back to them today just because of how cheap he is. It allows you to get those other guys in there. Dinwiddie, 6K is just way too expensive. I do expect maybe a bounce back spot for him. He hasn't been able to take advantage of the smaller guys on the Warriors side, but you really need him to have not a career game, but a fantastic scoring game for him to even get considered in the captain spot. But utility looks okay. Otto Porter Jr. has come up. 5,400 is a little expensive. The minutes are looking guaranteed as of right now, 23 and 24. It's just he's 5 of 7 and 4 of 4. So if he misses half his shots, there's a few points gone right there. So 5,400 for Otto Porter Jr. looks okay. Kleber, I don't mind getting into Kleber. 33 minutes, only 1 of 5. The whole Mavericks side has been pretty bad. I know they hit a lot of their threes last game, and a lot of that came from Bullock and Brunson, but the other guys like DFS, Kleber, they just really haven't done much. So 4,800, I like getting back to him. If Luka has a great game, that usually opens up stuff for Kleber on the 3. He can have a great 3-point shooting game, as we saw. Where was it? In that Phoenix game, the first game, he went 5 of 8 from 3, 19 points. He's a guy who can get hot from 3. He can get you some rebounds, some blocks as well. So 4,800, don't mind taking a shot on him. Powell, I don't think he to do it. Minutes are just not there, just not producing well. Bertans, playing a few minutes. Don't think he to go there. Who else? Yeah, that's really it. I mean, it's kind of tough in this situation. It's 90% of the time, Luka and Steph are going to be in the optimal play. Obviously, a guy like Looney had a great game last game, so he ran in there, but it's usually going to be Luka or Steph. I like getting to Poole, just hoping that he has a good game off the bench. He's done well. I like riding with the hot hand there. I don't mind getting to Clay as well. 9,200, going to be super low owned in the captain spot just because of how kind of bad he's been playing in the playoffs. Kind of like the second, third option for the team right now. So I don't mind getting to Clay, throwing him in the captain right now. Let's see here. It's just tough because it's you really want to play all 3 guys on the Golden State side, but it just takes up so much salary where it's there's no one low owned to be able to throw in there to help you out, salary relief. So it's if you throw Clay in there, you have Luka. I don't even know if you can fit in Steph. You have 3,700 left over. No, you can't even fit in Steph. So that's why it's so super tough getting to those guys. You're going to have to take a stance and fade one of them. So if you do let's say if we go back to Poole. Where is Poole? And then you can throw in a guy like Steph, 5,100. See, now it gets a little bit dicey. You can throw in Kleber. And then, see, even that, it's just you throw in Kleber and then you throw in Otto. It's just you have 5,200 left over. Who are you going to go to? Powell? I mean, Powell's going to get you 10 fantasy points at most. Porter, if he's not hitting his shots, he's going to get you probably 15 fantasy points. Maxey, if he's not hitting his shots, maybe 12 to 15. So it's even if Poole has a fantastic game, I just don't think these guys can keep up. I think the best route is just to do, go Poole in the captain spot, and then I truly think you need Luka, just because of, even if it's bad games, he's probably going to get you 50 plus fantasy points. So yeah, I think you get to lock him in, and then I think from there you just kind of have to go the mid range route, like throwing a guy, I guess, like Kleber. Leaves you 7,300 left over. Not going to get to Looney. Then you can throw in a guy like, I just feel safest with DFS. Yeah, I know he's had some bad games recently. The past like 6 games have been bad for him, but before that, he is a guy that can get you, mid 20s, close to 30 fantasy points. So don't mind getting into him. And then it leaves you 7,700 left over. You can throw in a guy like Clay, 6,200 left over. You can get to like Dinwiddie. So it definitely leaves you a little bit more option to get to these mid-range guys. I think it's going to be super hard to get to Luka and Steph in the same lineup, especially if you put one of them the captain, because they're priced up everyone pretty high. 8K for Wiggins is okay, not too high, I'd say. But Draymond 7,800 is high. Looney 7,200 is wild. DFS 6,600. So everyone's pretty priced high besides Poole. I really like Poole today in the captain spot. From there, it just kind of comes down to how you can fit the most mid-range guys in there. I think that's the best option. Pairing Poole with Luka. I guess that's my core for now. I know it's not much. It's only 2 players, but I'll play around with the builds, see what I like best, and I'll put out 2 more picks for a 4-person core for today. So if you do like the video, please leave a like, comment, and a subscribe. Do appreciate all the new subscribers. If you can get me to 500 subs, that'd be huge. Really appreciate you guys. And I just hope my analysis videos that you guys are watching last night was fantastic. Hopefully it led to you guys cashing, because that's all I truly care about. That's why I do these videos, is just to help you guys out and hopefully help me out at the same time when it comes to just becoming better DFS players. So that's why I do these videos. Really hope that helped you guys cash. The analysis was great. It really makes me feel good knowing that what I was talking about in the video all led to a great lineup build and a great night of scoring and winning some money, and hopefully getting you guys some good returns on your guys' cash. So if you like the video and subscribe, would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later today for NBA Prize Pick video. Peace.